Hello guys, welcome back. This is Vinti from Brain Mentors Private Limited, and in the previous video we just started working on our very first calculator app, and we just built this UI for our first application, for our calculator application. So today we are going to complete it. Today we are going to complete its front end, guys. So here let's just continue by creating some buttons here. So in the previous video we just added all these buttons. So now I'm just going to add some other buttons here for performing the operation. So here I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to copy this button. So again guys, you can see the preview here in this particular area, in this particular window. So I'm just going to take this button and I'm just going to copy it, and here I'm just going to paste it and just change the text of it. So I'm just going to keep it as plus. So this is for the plus operation. Similarly, I'm just going to add other operations here as well. So here we just need to take this button and just add it, and again change the text of it according to the operation which you want to assign here. So here I'm just adding the buttons, and here I'm just providing the operation. So let just it be multiply. So I'm just putting a x here, and further let's just zoom it, and further in. So here we just added all these buttons. So now let's just take this layout, this complete layout, and let's just copy it and paste it before the last linear layout. So I'm just going to paste it, so it will add another row for us. So now I'm just going to change the text of this row. So for that, let's just make it clear. So I'm just going to name it here as clear. Similarly, here I'm just going to name it as 0, and let's just name it as equal, and further here I'm just going to name it as our last operation, division. So this is what guys we just have prepared, but if you look at this is not looking that much impressive for us. Further, if I want to check that on different screen sizes how this calculator will appear and what kind of look and feel we get. So guys, you can see if I switch my particular device to the Nexus 7, then it is just showing us this sort of view, and again this is not appropriate for this kind of device, for this width and height. So now what we have to do, we just need to make some adjustment so that this view can be properly fit to any kind of screen, any kind of width or any kind of height. So for that I'm just going to add, and I'm just going to use some of the properties provided by the linear layout. So let's just use it now. So for that we just need to first of all let use an attribute provided by linear layout. So guys, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to assign another attribute which is layout weight attribute, and what this weight will do, it will just set what sort of screen size should be provided to this particular text view. So if I provide or if I put any particular value, so it will assign the area of the screen according to the weight. So here I'm just trying with a very particular value which is 1. So guys, you can see if I assign this value, all the area is actually covered by with this text view. So this is the work of weight property. So whenever you want to assign the left out weight of the screen size to a particular widget, then you can provide the weight attribute there, and according to the weight you provided, it will assign that particular screen area to that widget. So here I am just providing 1, or let it be I am just going to provide it 2 weight, a weight 2. Similarly guys, if we are actually working with the weight, so what it is going to do, it is just going to assign the proper width and height to that particular widget. Then if we want to use this property in a very good mechanism or properly, then we just need to made any one of the width or any one of the height as 0 dp. Why I'm going to do so? because weight property, if I'm applying, then it should work properly if I provide the corresponding width or the corresponding height as 0 dp. So इनमें से हमें एक चीज़ प्रोवाइड करनी है एज 0 dp. कैसे हमें पता चलेगा कौन सी चीज़ हमें 0 dp सेट करनी है? दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द ओरिएंटेशन. सो अगर मैं काम कर रही हूँ विद द वर्टिकल ओरिएंटेशन, वर्टिकल मीन्स आई एम वर्किंग विद द हाइट. सो हेयर आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू set the height of this widget as 0 dp because it will take the height with the help of this weight. So same thing I'm going to do with the rest of the layout. So we have many linear layout here, we have many nested linear layout. So let's just use the weight property here as well. So let's just assign layout weight and I'm just going to provide a weight 1 here. Similarly, I'm going to set the height of this as 0 dp. Same thing I'm going to do for the rest of the linear layout. So again here I'm just going to assign weight 1. Similarly, just assign the height as 0 dp. So again you have to do this for the rest of the nested linear layout as well. So here I'm just going to assign the weight and making its height as 0. So this is going to be our last layout, and here I'm just going to do the same. Layout weight and height must be 0 dp. So guys, now you can see it is actually arranged in this manner, but this is again not the desired proper manner which I want. So first of all, let's just work with this text view. Let's just set it properly. So now you can see that it is again taking all this area, but it is just appearing at the very topmost right position. So I'm just going to appear it somewhere center. So for that I'm just going to, either I can just provide it center, but if I provide center here, then it will assign the particular data here at the topmost center position. So guys, here I'm going to use another property provided by linear layout. So this property is named as gravity. So what gravity will do, gravity will help us in the proper positioning of the data inside the widget. So inside my text view I have a data which is text, which I set here. So I want my text to be arranged or to be positioned in this particular area or in this particular place. So for that I'm just going to provide the right kind of gravity for this. So here I'm just going to provide the gravity as center. So what it will do, it is just keeping my data at the center horizontal and at the center vertical, but here I'm also going to make it at the very rightmost position. So for that I'm just going to use a single pipeline, and after that I'm just going to provide the right value here. So this is what gravity will do. If I want to assign 2 value, so you can assign actually 2 value with the help of a pipeline. So this will work as a separator and it will attach both the properties here. So this is my text view and it is ready. Now let's just do the working with the rest of the layout. So here guys, if I talk about linear layout, so it is again further, if I can see, then it is taking this much width and this much height, but button are not aligned or button are not actually matching the height of this particular layout. So let's just set the height of this button as match parent. So what match parent will do, again match parent will set the height of this particular widget, this particular button widget, according to the parent. So the parent of this button is the linear layout inside which I put this. So same thing I'm going to do with the rest of the buttons. So let's just keep it as match parent as well. Similarly, I'm just going to apply here match parent and the last button in this linear layout. So here it is a match parent. So guys, you can see I just aligned and I just provide a match parent property, and after that it is just taking the proper height which is taken by this linear layout. But the rest of the thing is here. If we can see, I just assigned the width as match parent, but this is just keeping this space empty or just not using this space. So I want all my buttons in this linear layout to take all the width, which is actually provided by this linear layout. So now guys, I'm just going to add another property here, which is again making use of this weight property. So guys, maybe if you are seeing all this code very first time, then maybe you find it difficult to do, but again, if you do it on a regular basis, and it's just a work, or it's just a practice work, so as much practice you do, as much expert you will become. So here I'm just going to add a particular again attribute layout weight. So guys, you can just see if I provide the weight, it is just taking this width. So this width is increased, and now you can see the particular width is consumed. So same thing with the weight property. If I'm assigning the weight, then I have to make the corresponding width or the corresponding height as 0, and again it depends upon the orientation. So if I talk about this linear layout, this is working in a horizontal orientation. It means it is working according to the width. So if I'm using a weight, I want this weight to be properly utilized, then I have to make the width of this as 0 dp. So this again depends upon this orientation guys. If you are working with vertical, then just make height as 0. If you are working in horizontal orientation, then just make the width as 0. So same thing I'm going to do. I'm just keeping the width as 0. Further, let's just set it in a more appropriate manner. So now guys, I'm just going to add a particular background here. So for that, I'm just going to use another attribute, which is Android background, and I'm just going to apply a particular color here. So here I'm just going to use maybe a blue light. Similarly, I'm just going to change the text color with the help of text color attribute, and I'm just going to make the text color as white, and further we can just set the text size here. So with the help of this text size attribute, I'm just going to size it as 35 sp. So this is the particular attributes which I added here. Similarly, I'm going to add all these attributes to the rest of the buttons to make it look fine, or to make it look as much appealing as I want. So for that, we just need to add all these particular attributes to the rest of our buttons. So let's just add it now. So I'm taking all this button attributes here, I'm just copying it, and I'm going to paste it here in this particular button. So let's just paste it, and let's just change the text here. Similarly in the next button, so I'm just pasting it, and I'm just going to change the text only. And further, same I have to do with this particular operator, plus operation, which we want to perform. And the same thing guys we have to do for the rest of our buttons. So let's just add this, and let's see what output will we get. So I'm just adding all this code to rest of the buttons. So again, paste it here as well, and text again. Similarly, paste it here, make changes in the text, the next linear layout, and pasted it here, and change the text. Similarly, paste it here and change the text, the next one, and changing the text, and this is, and similarly change the text. And after that, this is our last button. So here I'm just going to change it as well. So just name it as clear. Similarly to the rest, and I'm just going to change it here as well. And again, let's just make it this, and the very last one, let's just make it okay. So guys, here if you can see in this clear button, the text size is very huge according to the button, so I'm just keeping it as 30. So you can assign the proper text size according to you. So I'm just keeping it as 30 here for this clear. Similarly, I can reduce it, so I can just, so this is fine. I'm just putting it as 25 SP. SP is for the scalable pixel. So this is the particular screen which we prepared, guys. So let's just check it for the rest of the other devices or for the other screens. So now you can see, guys, if I actually run this on the particular different screens, then it is just keeping the layout as it is. It is not actually changing that. It is automatically fitting my text or automatically fitting my widget on that particular screen. So again, guys, this is the power of the linear layout. So here, this is how we actually covered this section. So that's it for this video, guys. So in the coming video, in the next video, we will start building our backend work as well. So thank you and keep watching.